In this video, you will be doing a series of quizzes. Here are the 9 topics to answer. These are probability, probability line, basic counting principle, probability complement, probability independent events, conditional probability, probability tree diagrams, mutually exclusive events, and lastly, combinations and permutations. Remember that each question should be answered within the time limit provided. You can pause the video to make it longer, but you cannot skip the video to look for the answer. With that said, let's get started! Topic 1. Probability. Question number 1. A die is shown once. What is the probability that the score is a factor of 6? Letter A, 1/6. Letter B, 1/2. Letter C, 2/3. Or letter D, 1. And the correct answer is letter C, 2/3. Question number 2. The diagram shows a spinner made out of a piece of cord in the shape of a regular pentagon. With the toothpick pushed through its center, the 5 triangles are numbered from 1 to 5. The spinner is spun until it lands on one of the 5 edges of the pentagon. What is the probability that the number it lands on is odd? Letter A, 1/5. Letter B, 2/5. Letter C, 1/2. Or letter D, 3/5. And the correct answer is letter D, 3/5. Question number 3. Each of the letters of the word Mississippi are written on separate pieces of paper that are then folded, put in a hat, and mixed thoroughly. One piece of paper is chosen without looking from the hat. What is the probability it is an I? Letter A, 4/11. Letter B, 2/5. Letter C, 1/3. And letter D, 1/4. And the correct answer is letter A, 4/11. Question number 4. A card is chosen at random from a deck of 52 playing cards. There are 4 queens and 4 kings in a deck of playing cards. What is the probability the card chosen is a queen or king? Letter A, 1/13. Letter B, 2/13. Letter C, 1/8. Or letter D, 2/11. And the correct answer is letter B, 2/13. Question number 5. A fair coin is tossed 3 times. What is the probability of obtaining 1 head and 2 tails? Remember, a fair coin is one that is not loaded, so there is an equal chance of it landing heads up or tails up. Letter A, 1/4. Letter B, 1/3. Letter C, 3/8, or letter D, 5/8. And the correct answer is letter C, 3/8. Question number 6. A committee of 3 is chosen from 5 counselors: Adams, Burke, Cobb, Delby, and Evans. What is the probability Burke is on the committee? Letter A, 1/5. Letter B, 2/5. Letter C, 1/2. Or letter D, 3/5. And the correct answer is letter D, 3/5. Question number 7. A special dice is made in the shape of an octahedron. The dice has 8 equal faces marked with numbers 1 to 8. If the dice is thrown once, what is the probability that the face that lands uppermost has a prime number? Letter A, 1/4. Letter B, 3/8. Letter C, 1/2. Or letter D, 5/8. And the correct answer is letter C, 1/2. Question number 8. A thumbtack or drawing pin can land either point down or point up. Drew dropped the thumbtack 100 times and found that it landed point up 38 times. Drew concluded that the probability the thumbtack lands point up is about letter A, 0.3, letter B, 0.4, letter C, 0.5, or letter D, 0.6. And the correct answer is letter B, 0.4. Question number 9. There are 10 counters in a bag. 3 are red, 2 are blue, and 5 are green. The contents of bag are shaken before Maxine randomly chooses one counter from the bag. What is the probability that she doesn't pick a red counter? Letter A, 3/10. Letter B, 2/5. Letter C, 3/7. Or letter D, 7/10. And the correct answer is letter D, 7/10. Question number 10. A special dice is made in the shape of icosahedron and its faces are numbered with the numbers 1 to 20. When the dice is thrown, there is an equal chance of any face landing uppermost. If the dice is thrown once, What is the probability that the face that lands uppermost has a number that is a factor of 20? Letter A, 2 over 10. Letter B, 1 over 4. Letter C, 3 over 10. Or letter D, 7 over 20. And the correct answer is letter C, 3 over 10. Question number 11. 82,170 of 100,000 children live 40 years, and 37,930 of 100,000 children live 70 years. Determine the probability of a 40-year-old person to live 70 years. The probability is equals to 46%. Question number 12. 32 playing cards includes 4 aces and 12 figures. Determine the probability of a randomly selected card to be an ace or a figure. The probability of selecting an ace or a figure equals to 50%. Question number 13. Determine the probability of 3 of 5 born children being sons. If the probability of a children to be a boy is equals to P equals 0.51. The probability is equals to 31.8%. Question number 14. There are 16 cola bottles on the table. 10 of them are filled by Coca-Cola and 6 of them are filled by Pepsi. Determine the probability of 4 randomly selected bottles to include 2 Coca-Cola and 2 Pepsi bottles. The probability is equals to P equals 37%. Question number 15. In a game of chance, 6 of 49 numbers are winning numbers. Determine the probability of reaching the match in 3 out of 6. The probability is equals to P equals 1.765%. Topic number 2. Probability line. Question number 1. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event tomorrow it will snow in Hawaii? Letter A, A. Letter B, B. Letter C, C. Or letter D, D. And the correct answer is letter A. A. Question number 2. A 50-cent coin and a 10-cent coin are tossed together. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the position on the probability line for the event both coins land tails up? Is it letter A, A, letter B, B, letter C, C, or letter D, D? The correct answer is letter B, B. Question number 3. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event man will one day set foot on Mars? Letter A, A. Letter B, D. Letter C, C. Or letter D, D. And the correct answer is letter D, D. Question number 4. A name is chosen at random from the telephone book. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event the name begins with Z? Letter A, A. Letter B, B. Letter C, C. Or letter D, D. And the correct answer is letter A, A. Question number 5. Which of the following events is not represented by the arrow on the probability line? Letter A, getting a tail with a single toss of a coin. Letter B, getting one tail and one head when tossing two coins. Letter C, getting two heads when tossing two coins. Or letter D, throwing an even number with a single roll of a dice. And the correct answer is letter C, getting two heads when tossing two coins. Question number 6. A number is chosen at random from a single-digit numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event the number is prime? Hint, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are the prime. Letter A, A. Letter B, B. Letter C, C. Or letter D, D. And the correct answer is letter B, B. Question number 7. A letter is chosen at random from the 26 letters of the alphabet. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event the letter is a consonant? The letters A, E, I, O, U are vowels, and all the other letters are consonants. Is it letter A? A. Letter B? B. Letter C? C. Or letter D? D. And the correct answer is letter D. D. Question number 8. A bag contains 1 red ball and 9 blue balls. A ball is chosen at random from the bag. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event the ball is red? Is it A? A. Is it letter B? B. Is it C? C. Or is it letter D? D. And the correct answer is letter A. A. Question number 9. Two dice are thrown at the same time and their scores added together. Which of the arrows A, B, C, or D shows the best position on the probability line for the event the sum of the scores is 7? Is it letter A? A. Is it letter B? B. Is it letter C? C. Or is it letter D? D. And the correct answer is letter B. B. Question number 10. Which of the following events is not represented by the arrow on the probability line? Letter A. Obtaining a score of 1 from 2 dice. Letter B. Choosing an odd number from the multiples of 2. Letter C. Choosing a letter B from the letters of the word probability. Or letter D. Choosing a month of the year whose name contains a letter K. And the correct answer is letter C. Choosing letter B from the word probability.